Evening everybody, Rich here, back for part 3 of this SS Canberra tutorial. And today's focus is the ship's stern superstructure, which is sort of 3 or 4 decks of, well, decks and superstructure to go inside, namely corridors and things like that. So we're going to fly down to the back end of the ship. We've already got the front and the back sorted out for the hull, so we're just going to go down and fill in the the missing area really. Because the stern superstructure goes in, as you can see over here, in this area over here where the stern drops in height. And if you look on the prototype, we're just focusing on this sort of area here, so it's sort of open promenade if you like. If I just fly over to it, you can sort of see what we're going to be doing. So we've got this open area here, and this is sort of what we're going to be focusing on. So I've got about 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 decks to build, maybe even 5, but we'll see. But we've got about all that to do, so we're going to fly over to our prototype first. No, not a prototype, fly over to our build. First of all, we're going to go down to the tip of the stern, down here, the back end of the ship, and we're going to go to the top level, or the top block of this end of the stern, and we're going to add the first deck. Now this deck goes from this height, the top of the back end of the stern, all the way forward, so just build it the same height, all wood, or any material you want, all the way forward, and it's going to take ages to do, so I'm going to use Weld Edit to do it. So I'm going to stand on this block here and use the fill tool because I can. So fill wood by 3 million, and it should all fill in, but it may take a little while. So jump cut probably be needed here, so bear with me. Okay, there's the deck added, and I'm still standing in a hole. Right, so there we are, there's the deck all added, and it should all look something like that. So the deck goes all the way forward now at the same height as the stern there. So the stern is the top of the hull basically in this area, and the deck goes all the way forward in that area. So what we're going to do now is go down to the first wood block of the stern, so this block here, and we're going to count forward and leave a 5 block gap on the wood. So this is the first block, second block, third block, 4th block and 5th block, and on the 6th block is where we build. So like I say, it's a 5 block wood gap, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, build on the 6th. So on the 6th we're going to build 5 wide, so I shall change this to red to mark it as a centre block, and then in white we'll build either side, so it's 5 wide, so 2 that way and 2 that way, and replace the wood block, the red block. So there we are, 5 wide like that, and then out to the sides, on both sides, remember the centre block, of course, is the marks the centre, so everything to the right is the same on the left, so everything will be symmetrical. So I'll just do one side first. So from that 5 you build out 2 and 2, like that, and then forward 2, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then out 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, and it should look something like that in theory. And then what you want to do is increase the height of that wall to 4 blocks high. So I shall increase it, I should do one side first, so increase it to 4 blocks high, like so. So that's 4 blocks high, and then just build that all the way around to the centre. So this is one of the mundane jobs. So it's laying the foundations is the easy part, it's building the wall upwards which is the annoying part. But when it's all done it will look fine, so trust me on that one. And I will try and do this much quicker next time. So there we are, that's one side done. It should look something like that. So it's all 4 blocks high. And then you do the same on the other side of the centre block as well. So I shall just copy paste that to the other side just to save a bit of time. So copy from there to the centre, and then we do copy, flip to the right, and then we paste, and then there we go, that's both sides in place. So that's the first sort of superstructure-y, corridor-y thing done. And then as before, if you're familiar with my tutorials, then you can start adding doors and windows to this wall here. If you look on the prototype in the distance, you can sort of see how it's done. It's sort of 4 windows, a door, 4 windows, door, sort of things like that. Right, so what we're going to do now is go to where the wall we just built connects to the hull. Connects to the hull on the outside, so it goes out there. So I'm just trying to work out how I do this, so bear with me a second. Right, so what we're going to do is from the top block here, so we've got the stern here where it's at one level, and then you've got this vertical wall here, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 high. So what we're going to do is from this 5th block up, is add a block there like that, and then we're going to build a deck support going round. So from that first block we just added, we're going to build 4 forwards, so 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 4 rows of 3, so 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then inwards 2, so 1, 2 that way, and then we want 2 again, 1, 2, and then a single colour block in the middle there to mark the centre. So that is another deck sort of added there, so you can sort of see how it's sort of added. So when we come to add the deck, it will look fine, but that's how that. So I'll do the same the other side, and hopefully it will all line up. So I'll go back over to this vertical 5, or this block, row of 5 vertical blocks, and add the block at the end there on the top there, and then we add the 4, 4, 4, 3 rows of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we add 4 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then the 4 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then in 2, and then another 2 to mark up to the centre. And there we go, that's both sides done, and it sort of creates a sort of halo, but you can't really see it. But if you look for it from below, it's an extra deck sort of thing. So that is that support done there. And then when you want to add the deck, you just go to the centre block, which we've just added, and the deck will sit in this groove here as before, and it's another pain in the ass job of building blocks all the way to the front of the ship again. So just add the first few, and as you can see, when we fill in this deck, the deck sits on top of the walls down below. So the walls, which are 4 blocks high below, now have a deck roof on top. So like I said, I just did the first few, and then I just use World Edit to fill in the rest. So as you can see, that's the first section of the deck done, and then we just fill in the rest of the deck going all the way forward. So I shall stand on the wall here and use the fill tool and fill in another 3 bazillion blocks, and this may take a while, so bear with me. And there we go, there's the deck added, and it should look something like that. It don't look too bad. I think the deck's gone all the way forward. I haven't checked to see if the deck's gone all the way to the front, but I will do that later on. I just want to, as long as we've got the deck in this area, then it should all look fine. But that's the first 2 decks done, and it don't look too bad. Although this is quite open at the moment, there will be supports, sort of beams to sort of separate each area up. If you can see on the prototype, there are support beams on the side and on the back. They will be added later on. We'll just get the main structure out of the way first. Right, anyway, so what we're going to do now is go to the back end of the deck we just built, and as before, like on the section below, we're going to build some inside walls, and on the wood blocks we're going to count to the 7th block back. So on the wood we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and on that 7th block we build. So I'll put another centre block there, and this wall is going to be 5 wide again, so 2 that way and 2 that way. So you've got a centre block and 2 either side. So that's your back wall, and then either side we want to build out 2, 2, 2, 2, and then 2, like so. So it's 3 rows of 2 out like that, and then 2 back, so 2 like that, and then we want 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 4 rows of 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 4 rows of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I just double check, make sure that's 4 rows of 5, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, yep, that's fine. And then after the 5s you want 2 rows of 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then after that you want to build outwards 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that, and that's that section there. And then what you want to do is increase that to 4 blocks high as well, so we'll just increase that to 4 high, so 2, 3, 4, and I'll try and do it quicker this time, so that's 4 high there. I'll try and use World Edit for a few sections because it's going to take forever otherwise. So set quartz there, and And the next row. Actually, I'll try and do it freehand, otherwise it'll be even longer because typing in WorldEdit is a real pain in the ass to do. And I know there are stack commands and things like that, but I never got them to work properly. I always end up making a complete tits up of something. So yeah, I'll try and do this as quick as I can. Alright, just nearly there during the rows of 2. Right, so that's the walls increased in height, and that's one side done as before. So as before, I shall use WorldEdit to copy to the other side. Don't worry if this outside wall, this wall going outwards, is not connected to the hull properly. You can see there is a gap here, as you can see. Don't worry about that. That will be sorted in just a moment. But well, just copy the walls to the other side first. So as before, I should just copy. So copy, flip to the right, and then we paste. And there we go. That's both sides of that section done as well. So we've got the next superstructure wall done. And it should look something like that. So we're getting there. It's a much easier job than the last couple of videos, and I do apologise for that. Yeah, so that's all that bit. So I'm just going to do a quick jump, well, not a jump cut, but I'm just going to read my notes. So bear with me a second. Right, okay. So what we're going to do now is go back to that row of 5 we built outwards. So this wall here. On both sides really, so we've got this wall going out which is 5 long and 4 high. What we're going to do is go down to the bottom, and from that bottom block here we're going to go what is it, we're going to go 2 blocks forward. Yeah, so go 2 blocks forward, and we're going to use yellow. So build this in yellow because it's going to be a marker, but we will change it later on back to white, but we'll just build it yellow now. So we'll go 2 blocks forward at that point, and then we're going to build up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then forward of that go 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and then back 2, 1, 2, like that, and then we go up 2, 1, 1, 2, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. So it should be a design like that. Like I say, build it in yellow now, and then we'll fix it later on, because this is going to be a marker and it will be quite important for reference later on. So just build it up. We'll do the same the other side. So we'll go to the other side, and from this wall here we go 2 forward, 1, 2, and then we build up 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and then back 2, 1, 2, or forward 2, whichever way. I think that's right. If it's not, then apologies. So it's 3, 3, and then back 2, and then up 2, and then up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, like that. And like I say, it will be a marker for the structure that we're building, but we will fix this later on. That will be painted white later on, but I'm just building it yellow for reference and a marker. So that is that section done there. Right, so bear with me a second while I just check my notes. Right, okay, so what we're going to do now is go back down to these this yellow section, and from the top of the second 3, so we've got the bottom 3 here, which is 1, 2, 3, and then you got the second 3, 1, 2, 3. From this top block here of the second 3, we're going to build 2, so build 2 out that way. This is in white, by the way, so build 2 white out like that, 2 like that, and then we want 2 rows of 6, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 3 rows of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then another 5, sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it's 2 rows of 6 and 3 rows of 5, and then we want 4 rows of 4, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we want 2, 1, 2, and then we want in 2, so go in 2 that way, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 2, 1, 2, and then a coloured block to mark the centre there, like so, and that does mark the centre. So there we go, that's another deck section added there, so that goes out that way. And so I did the same the other side to make sure it all lines up. So once again, from the top of the second three, so the bottom three there, and then the top, or the bottom three, and then the next three. So from the top block here, we add what was it? It was 2 like that, and then we add 2 rows of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 3 rows of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 4 rows of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 5 rows of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then a row of 2. And then 2 in. And then 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 2. 1, 2. And that connects to the centre there. So there we are. That is the next deck section added there. So that is that little bit there. So we are getting on, and it don't look too bad, do it? And then as before, like we did with the previous 2 decks, we've got to go to the very back end of this section and, you guessed it, start filling in the wood decking. And this is another real pain in the ass job, but you know, it's got to be done. So once again, I just fill in the first few sections, and as before, the deck is sitting on top of the walls below, which is all fine. And like I say, I just fill in the first few rows of the deck. Like so, and then as before, just build the deck all the way forward. So I shall stand on this wall here and use the fill tool because I can, so bear with me. So that's 3 million blocks being added, and it may take a while, so jump cut may be needed. Right, so there we are, that's the deck added, and it should look something like that now. So we're getting there. We've got 3 decks done and 2 superstructure sections done so far. And like I said, I will check later on to see if the deck has been added properly. But yeah, we're not looking too bad. It's definitely bringing out the bulk of the ship anyway. Right, anyway, so what we're going to do now is add some more internal walls. So from the centre block at the back wall, so we've got this deck we just built. From the centre back here, we're going to leave, or count back, or count forward, whichever way, on the wood, to the 5th wood block. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and mark that as a centre block. So just count again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep. So on the 5th block, put our centre block, and then this wall we build it to 5 wide. So 2 that way, and 2 that way. So it's another 5 wide wall like that. And then from the front side, we want to build out 2, and then back 2 like that. And then 3 rows of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then 4 rows of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 3 rows of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 2 rows of 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like so, so it's 2 rows of 6. And then 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And then 2, like so, and then out to the side 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. And that is the foundations of the next wall. So as before, we increase that to, how high do we want it? 4 blocks high. So increase it to 4 blocks high. So like before, make it 4 blocks high. And as before, I'll try and do it as quick as I can because I know this is a real pain in the ass to do. And you may want me to just speed it up. I may just do a speed the video up. Right, so there we are, that's the walls increased in height to 4 blocks high, and it should look something like that as before. And as before, I should just copy and paste to the other side to get that out of the way. So I should copy from here down to the back end, and then we'll have both sides done. So down to there. So we'll do copy, flip, and paste, and there we go. That's both sides done. So once again, we've got the internal walls done on that section there, and it don't look too bad, do it? At least in theory. Yeah, so bear with me while I just read my notes, and we'll move on to the next bit. So just a second. Right. So what we're going to do now is go to the yellow pillars again, and we're going to add another deck. So we're going to go to the row of 4 upwards. So we've got 3, 3 there, and then it was back 2, and then it was up 3. No, sorry, up 2, and then up 4. So from this 4 here, we're going to go to the top block of the 4, which is this point here, and we're going to add 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 back like that, and then from the inside going round, we're going to add 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 3 rows of 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4 rows of 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then in 2, and then I don't think this is right actually, so it was in 2, and then 2 again, sorry, and then 1 block for the centre. I think that's right, there, like that. So it was 6 rows of 2, in 2, and then 2 again, plus 1 centre, and I think that's fine. Does look a bit too close to the internal wall, so bear with me. I'll just double check the prototype, 'cause I'm just thinking that could be a bit too short. But the centre line lines up, so shouldn't be too bad. So we've got 2 block gap there. I think that must be right. I think it must be right here. It's just me. It just looked a bit odd. That's all. So I think that is right. And yep, that is fine. So it just looked a bit odd from where I was. That's all. Anyway, that's that section, that support done there. So I do the same the other side just to make sure it all lines up. So from this row of 4 yellow here, we go from the top of that yellow and we'll add 5 again. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 3 rows of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4 rows of 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That was 4 rows of 4, wasn't it? Yep. And then 2 rows of 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, and then 6 rows of 2. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 in, and then 2 again, and there we go. That does line up, so that's fine. That's all lined up with the centre, and it shouldn't look too bad in theory. And that's stern section almost done. So yeah, there we go. That's the top deck of the hull to add now. So as before, we go to the top of the back end of this section we just built, and then we've got to add the deck again. So I should just add the first few sections again as before. It's a wonderful job, I know, but you know. So as before, this deck should go all the way to the tip of the bow. Although the tip of the bow is slightly higher than the rest of the hull, it should all go to the full length. So what I'll do, there's the first few blocks added, or the first few sections of the deck added. So you just got to build this deck all the way to the front of the ship. So I shall use the fill tool again, so bear with me on this one. That's another 17,000 blocks being added. And there we go, there's the deck added, so that is that section done there. And don't look too bad. So I'm just going to go to the front of the deck, front of the ship, and make sure the decks are all added to the front. So let me take a few seconds. So as you can see over there in the distance, the tip of the bow is slightly higher by 2 blocks compared to the rest of the hull. That's how it should be, and the deck does go all the way forward, and that is fine. So there we are, that's the top deck added. I'm just going to look inside and make sure all the rest of the decks are fine. So I'm sure I'll dig a hole here, and that deck's fine. Next deck down, that was fine. Next one down, that's fine as well. So all the decks below are all lined up, and there's a long way down, isn't it? Or a long way along. So just repair the damage I've just done. and all the decks are in place. So what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to do a quick jump cut while I sort out the next job, and then we'll move on to that. So back in a moment. Okay, back again. So I've done the measuring for the next job, and so we're at the back of the ship again. And what we're going to do, we'll go to the yellow pillars that we built earlier on, so these yellow markers here. And I'm on the right hand side, okay, so just for any confusion, so on the right hand side at the back. And what we're going to do is from these top two yellow blocks here, what we're going to do on the outside, we're going to add one block there, like so. And then we're going to build one block forward, we're going to build 4 up, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 4 again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And then 2, 1, 2, like that. So like I say, from the yellow pillar, the two yellow blocks, add one white block, and then 4, 4, 2, like that. So it should look something like that. And then on the one block forward of that, you're going to build up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 1, 2, 3. And then in the end, it should look something like that. So you got a sort of support pillar basically. And what this is the first of what will be lifeboat stations. The lifeboat stations will go in this area forward. So there's going to be several of these pillars along the side of the ship. As you can see over there, you got the first one over there where the crosshairs is. That's where we just built the first one. And there's going to be several going along for the lifeboat stations. But this is the first one, and we'll worry about the next ones later on. But anyway, that's the first one done there. So I'm going to do the same the other side to get them out of the way. Or the first one anyway. So as before, we've got the 2 yellow blocks here, and we're going to add 1 white block there. And then we add up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 2, 1, 2, and then 1 block forward of that at the bottom we build up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, and that is that section done there. And remember, they're leaning forward, okay, so as you can see it's leaning, and it leans towards the front, okay, so it's shaped like that. And that's that section there. So that, like I say, is the support pillars of what will be the lifeboat stations. So what we're going to do now is go to the back end of the deck we built a minute ago, and we're going to add some more internal walls. And from the centre block, and just get my notes. Trying to think how to do this actually. So from the centre, we're going to count from the wood. So from the first wood block, we're going to count to the 13th block back. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. And on the 13th block we add our centre block. So I'll just check that again with World Edit. So I'll just count from there to there, and that's 12 block gap, and we built on the 13th, so that's fine. So that's that, and then we build this wall 11 wide, so it's 5 either side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that way, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 that way. So there we are. That's the back wall. And then we want to build out from the side, build out 2 and 2, and then 2 back, and then 2 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And that's as far as you go. You don't build the walls out at all, you just go up to that point, up to the 9 there, like so. And then what we do, we increase these walls to 3 high. Okay, so make them just 3 blocks high. And I'll try and explain things as I go along. Well, not go along, but I'll try and explain things when I'm done here. So I shall just do this as quick as I can, so bear with me. Right, there we go, that's the wall increased to 3 blocks high, and it should look something like that. And as before, I'll just copy and paste it to the other side. So I should copy from the end here down to the centre, down to that point there, and we'll use the copy, flip and paste, and there we go, that's both sides done. It should look something like that. Got a sort of horseshoe shape on the deck there. And there, bear with me while I just sort out what to do. Right, so what we want to do now is go back down to the end of the horseshoe walls we just built, and the forward end of that, and I think from the top, on top we add 5 blocks out, I think. So we just add a block there, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, so it's 6 out. I'm not sure actually, so I'm just going to get rid of that. I'm just going to do a jump cut and do some remeasuring, so back in a second. Okay, back again, I was right, so it's 6, so we add the first block on top, so we've got this row of 9 here, so we add a block on top, so that's 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out to the side, connecting to that pillar on the side. And we'll do the same the other side, so I add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and you don't add anything underneath because this isn't needed, so just add a single pillar, a single line of blocks, 6 out, connecting to the pillar there. And then between the two sides, between those two lines we just built, we're going to add a line of wood blocks. So you've got the row of 6 there, and then we're going to add, on the end here, add a line of wood blocks connecting the two sides together. And it basically creates a bulkhead between the back section and what's forward of that. So there we are, it's basically a line. So you've got a line of 6 white blocks, and then a load of wood blocks, and at the other end you've got that other line of 6 white blocks there. So that basically creates a barrier between the front section and the back, so that's that bit done there. So bear with me a second while I just work out what to do next. And what we're going to do now is from the support beam here, or the support pillar here, we got when we build it up, we built up 4 and 4, so we've got 2 rows of 4 here. So what we're going to do is go to the top of the bottom row of 4, if you know what I mean, the first 4 row here, go to the top block of that, and on the inside of that row of 4 we're going to build a line of 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that's 7 back like so. So like I say, we built the 1 and then we built 4, 4, so we built from the 1, you got 4 like that, and then you add the row of 7 from there just on the inside, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and this is the beginning of the next deck, so we've got that 7 there, and then we build 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 rows of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4 rows of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, I think that's 4, isn't it? That's 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, that's fine, that's 4 rows of 4, and then we want 3 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we want 3 rows of 2, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and then inwards 2, and then we want 3, 1, 2, 3 in, and then 3 again, 1, 2, 3, and then we want 1, and then a colour block to mark the centre like so, and there we go, that's the centre point there. Now this deck is slightly forward again of the deck below. As you can see, I didn't actually mention it, but each deck as we build up is slightly shorter than the section below, so it's sort of, it gets sort of shorter as we go along. So now this deck is even shorter along. So that's that, pardon me, side done. So I should do the same the other side. So we go to that row of 4, which is this row of 4 here, or this pillar of 4, 1 in from it, and then we build 7, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 2 rows of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 4 rows of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 3 rows of 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then 3 rows of 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 2 in, and then 3, 1, 2, 3, 3 again, 1, 2, 3, 3 that way, and then 1, and there we go, that connects to the centre block there, and that is that section done there. So we've got a deck now, a sort of support for our deck much higher than the hull now, and it don't look too bad at the moment. So what we're going to do now is add the deck. Now this deck doesn't go all the way forward yet, because as you can see, I've already put the barrier at the end here, so you only build the deck up from the back end all the way up to this line here, which we built earlier on. Okay, so this is where you stop building the deck. So I should do the same as before, going from the back end, and we'll just add the deck in this area. So like before, just add the first few sections. Like so, that's the first few sections, and like I say, just build up to that line there. So I use the fill tool again, and this shouldn't take 2 seconds in theory. And there we go. There's the deck added, and that goes from the back of the ship all the way up to that line that we built, and so the deck stops there. Okay, and that's all we need to build. That's kind of all I've got written down so far. So what I'm going to do a quick jump cut while I measure a bit more, and then we can move on. So back in a moment. Okay, back again. So I've done a bit more measuring, and now we're on to the last sort of phase for this part. So we're going to go to the back end of the deck we built here, the short deck, and we're going to add some more walls. So what we're going to do is go to the center block again of the back wall here, and we're going to count to the 31st block. So 31 blocks back or forward, whichever you like, from the first wood block. So that's the first one there, and I shall count with the axe basically. So that's 13, and that's 21. So we want to go to the 31st. So 28, 29, 30, and then 31. So on the 31st block we build our center block like so. So like I say, it's the 31st block, 31st wood block. So and there we are. So that's the center. Then we're going to build this wall 15 wide. So that's 7 either side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that way, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 that way. So it's a 15 wide wall like that. And then for the sides you're going to build back 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is heading towards the stern there. So back 4. And then in 2 like that, and then can't remember how this goes. I think it goes like that. So it's 2, 2 like that, and then 3, 1, 2, 3. I think that's how it goes. Don't quote me on that. This could go wrong. So I'm just going to double check it. So bear with me. Okay, back again. That was right. So that's fine. So it was 4 forward, and then 2 out, 2 out, and then 3. So it does look a bit weird, but that's right. And then we're going to build forward along the deck towards the front. So from that row of 3 we'll build forward, and we're going to build forward 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 5 again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and that should, in theory, that last end block should connect to the end of this wall going out, or this end of this line going out towards the side there. So basically the end of the short deck. So it should come up to the end of the wall below as well. So it should all be lined up. That's how it should be. Okay. And then what we're going to do is increase this wall here to 3 blocks high. So build it all the way around 3 blocks high on both sides. And there we go, that's that all increased to 3 high. So that's that one side. So do the same the other side as well. So it should look at the moment like that. So I just, like I say, I'll copy it to the other side. So you shall have both sides looking all fancy. Up to there. So again we do copy, flip, and then paste. And that's both sides. So you've got this wall at the back here which sort of looks like I don't know, it sort of looks like that. And so you've got it round both sides. So when you get both sides done, they should look and connect to the end wall at the end here. So it should look something like that. That's the theory anyway. So that's our little job done there. So what we're going to do now is work out what the hell I'm supposed to be doing next. So bear with me. Right, so what we're going to do now is we're going to go to the pillar on the side now. So I'm working on the left hand side. We've got this pillar on the side here which is well, the top section here is basically 3 and then 2. What we're going to do is go from these 2 blocks here. You got these 2 blocks at the top. Go on the inside, and from the first, well, the closest one to this one here. So you got 2 there, and then 1 there. You're going to go from this block here and build 1 block out like that, or 1 block in. Sorry, 1 block in towards the ship, or towards the center, and then you're going to add a line of 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So basically you're just connecting to the inside of the pillar. So we build 1 and then 6. So basically it's 7 altogether. And then on the inside of that we carry on building around. So we build 5 I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. and then 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then 3 rows of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 2. And then in 2. And then 2 again. And then back 3. I think that's how it goes. 1, 2, 3, like that. So it's in 2 and 2 again. I'm just gonna think about this one. Let me just do a jump cut second and make sure this is right. Okay, my mistake. I did get it wrong. So what I'm going to do is going to remove everything back to the 3 rows of 5. So there we go. So we've got the 3 rows of 5, and then what we do, we add 2, and then 2 in, and then behind that we add 2. So you got the shape like this. You got the 3 5s there, and you build 2, 2 across, and then 2 across behind, and then what you do, you build back 3. 1, 2, 3, like so. So it's 1, 2, 3 like that, and then we build out 2 like that, and then 2 again, and then 3 rows of 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, and then another 3. 1, 2, 3, and then a colour block in the middle to mark the centre, like so. And it should look something like that. So you got sort of overhangs out the side here, and then it reconnects to the walls below, and then it becomes an overhang again. So I should do the same the other side. So we'll go back to that pillar and add the 7. So this block pillar, you got the pillar here, you got this block here, we add 7. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7. And then 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then the 3 rows of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then the 2. And then 2 in. And then behind that we add 2 in again. And then back 3. 1, 2, 3. And then out 2. And then 2 again. And then 4 rows of 3. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And that lines up with the centre block. And that is absolutely fine. It should look something like that. Yeah, it didn't look too bad, do it? And I can call it a day for that section now. So yeah, that's that area done. So what we're going to do now is one last job for the moment. We're not going to bother adding the deck here for the moment, because there's some other bits I want to do first. This will be the last sort of section of the ship to do. So I think what we will do is from the pillar, from the back of the pillar here, we've got this single block here. What we're going to do is add a line of blocks going from the front, or from this side to the other side. Okay, just to create a barrier basically. So from that row of 2 on the pillar, just build a line of wood blocks going across the full width of the ship to the other pillar, connect to there, and there we go. And then we can add the deck, which will go from the centre block there to this barrier here, this block, this wood line. So once before, from the back wall here, we just add the deck, and of course the deck goes forward this time because it goes into these side grooves up here, all the way up into this area here. Like so, and so you just build from the corners all the way down to the line there. So I shall stand over here and use the fill tool, and it should all fill in. And there we go, that's quick. And there we are, that's that. So the deck's all filled into this section here, and it goes all the way forward up to that line we just built, and the deck stops abruptly there, so that is fine. And as you can see, we've got those 2 walls here which are now connected, top and bottom. And just quickly look at what we've achieved. Got quite a bit done. And yeah, those yellow sections there, what you built earlier, will be changed back to white later on, but we won't worry about them just yet. And yeah, we've got quite a bit of the superstructure done on the stern. But one last job to do, which will be on both sides, is to build a wall going from here all the way forward. And it is a large wall, it's 7 blocks high. So basically, this section here, which is 2 walls basically, top and bottom, is now connected together here. So this now is 1 wall, and it's going to go the full length, or almost the full length of the ship. So if we go from the bottom section and just start building this wall, so as you can see here, this section here, and what we're going to do, we're going to extend this wall first. Let me just get my notes so I know what I'm doing. So what we're going to do, we're going to extend it by 4. So down here we go 1, 2, 3, 4. and then we want 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 11, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then we want 181, that's 181 blocks long, from there all the way forward, so that's 181, so I shall quickly measure the first block and then I'll measure it as I go along, so that should be 181 blocks long, 181 blocks. So just build it all the way along this section first, and then we'll increase it in height. So like I say, it's going to be quite a high wall, and it's how high is how far is that? That is 112, so not far away. We need it to be 181. Sorry, how far is that? That is 169, 170, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81. So that should be 181. So there we are. That's 181 blocks long there. And then we're going to start curving back inwards again. And we're going to build 19. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So that's 19 there. I just measure that actually to make sure it is 19. And there we go, that's 19. And then we build out 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 out to the side there. And that is that section done almost. So what we want to do is increase that now. All these walls we just built, or this wall we just built now, increase that to 7 high. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And we're going to build this all the way the length of the ship. So set quartz. I'm going to use welded it for this because it's quite a big job to do. Down to there. And once again, use welded it for the hard to reach places, so go all the way down to the other side, or down to the back end. And like I say, it will be 7 blocks high. Down to there, use set quartz, and that's the side wall done. That's the 181 wall done there. That's 181 blocks long. And then the next section here, and then the next section. And then the next one, of course, up to there. And then the last section, this small section where we extended it by 4, is where it connects to this wall here, which is 2 walls basically, which now become 1. So let's increase this to 7 high. And there we go, that's that wall done there. So you can see it connects up to there. So this area here now will be barriered off, so that's where the end of that deck is. And the wall becomes 1, the 2 walls become 1 there, and that's that section there. So this area here will be the lifeboat stations, so there'll be pillars and things along there, and lifeboats. So that's that section done there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to quickly copy paste this to the other side, and then we can call it a day. So I'll just quickly go copy from the front pillar, or the front wall, up to that point, and copy it back down to the back end. Excuse me, and then we'll have both sides pretty much done. Down to that point there, and then of course we do copy, flip to the right, and then we paste, and there we go. That's both sides done. And it should look something like that. So like I say, it's a large wall, but it's the lifeboat station. So we've done quite a bit so far today. It's not anything really special, but you know, it's quite a hefty job nonetheless. And it sort of planned us out quite nicely for the next video, which will be sort of focusing on the front of the superstructure, connecting onto this the lifeboat station's walls. So yeah, don't look too bad, do it? Well, that is that section there. So if I fly over to the prototype, you can sort of see how the lifeboat stations are. So you can see the lifeboats are suspended above this time, so you can sort of see they're suspended from the wall, from the ceilings. And the wall we just built, the 7 high wall, is this wall in here, which has now got all doors and windows attached to it, and the lifeboat supports are sort of come out from the walls. and as you can see, we've got pillars in between each lifeboat. So that's that area there. And there will be, of course, a deck that goes on the top, but we'll worry about that another day. And yeah, we've got it all nice and neat. So just fly down to the back end and sort of review what we've built. And like I say, you can start adding the doors or windows. You can see this is the sections we've built on the build. You can see there are windows and doors and things attached to them, so you can start adding that if you want. And there is more detail to go on as well, so there'll be barriers and things to go on, and more sort of support pillars, but they'll be added at a later date because they're not quite necessary at the moment. And yeah, it won't look too bad. So that's what we've done so far today. And yeah, we've achieved quite a bit, at least I have anyway. And of course, if you're using this as a video or downloadable project, and of course don't forget to leave credit for the design, that's all I ask. And I think we'll leave it at that. So this is it for part 3. For part 4 I shall try and get the front of the superstructure done. Don't really know what else after that, but there's still a lot of complex crap to get out the way. And yeah, well, I'll try and get the front section sorted out, and it'll all be connected up nicely, hopefully, and it should all look great. So we shall see. But anyway, this is Rich signing off, logging off and disappearing, and I shall return in part 4. So bye for now.